Associations consider the words of TFOs. What surrounds us is what is within us. You can't possibly stay at 75 degrees if we have with the people operating at 100 degrees. Through proximity, you absorb the traits, actions, and beliefs of the people you associate with. Consciously and unconsciously, their knowledge and ideas become a part of who you are. This is why you should seek out quality associations. They can either directly or indirectly help you grow to be a 100-degree person you are meant to be. The other side of this is that if you want to raise your thermostat and change your identity, you may need to say goodbye to many of other 50-degree people in your life. Yes, I know that can be the hard thing to do. Until you clear out space in your life for the right associations, you will be mired in relationships that have outlived your purpose and now hold you back. I'm not saying this part is easy, but at times it is necessary. The other way to approach this is to reject 50-degree behavior and raise other people's thermostats instead. This is an especially viable approach when you are dealing with the family members or lifelong friends where saying goodbye could be difficult. The bottom line is that you are a reflection of the people you associate with. If you associate with people who elevate you and make your thermostat rise, then you're on the right path to creating a new identity. Once you are armed with awareness of a triology, you can only move forward if you adjust the level of self-confidence. You have to change your identity. Self-confidence is a unifying factor. I go into greater detail in Chapter 12 on the habits, but the self-confidence and how it relates to identity are crucial concepts worth repeating. The first thing to know is that identity is different than self-confidence. Oh, identity is what you believe you are worth. Your internal thermostat. Self-confidence is meant to deliver on it. Deliver on it. Self-confidence, identity. Self-confidence when people share one habit in common. Self-confident people share one habit in common, and that is the ability to keep the promises they make to themselves. Oh, self-confident people, okay, that's why I have a high self-confidence. Okay, so when you're in the habit of keeping promises you make with yourself, you're on the pathway to self-confidence. Self-confidence is also a form of self-trust, and if you can't trust yourself, you need to do some hard thinking about yourself. It also follows that if you're timid, you won't act. If you have doubts, you paralyze yourself with fear. Doubts are the products of external factors in your life. They are incubators for negative thoughts. When these negative thoughts grow, they take over all your thoughts and your mind descends into unproductive and damaging places. That's why you must guard your thoughts, pull out the mental weeds and threaten to take over the good parts of your psyche. You may not get them all, and that's okay. Self-confidence is not about doing away with the fear or timidity. It's about moving forward anyway because of the agreements you made with yourself. The other critical thing is that self-confidence is generated from within, and because it's an internal emotion, you can stack the deck in your favor. Ralph Waldo Emerson put it this way: what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to who lies inside of you. Let this sink in. You're the only who gets in to say how much self-confidence you want. When you break internal agreements, you're only fighting with yourself. If this sounds a bit crazy, that's because it is. Wouldn't you rather save your energy for the other battles you're fighting? Like most things in life, when keeping promise to yourself, the first step is always the hardest. I guarantee that once your train of your thought pulls out of the station in your head, you will find the momentum you need to act. You will see the results as you develop a new identity. Those results will be the fuel that keeps the train moving on down the tracks. The opposite of the self-confidence is self-sabotage. It's like a computer virus that locks inside many people and is only triggered when you try to move forward with the important part of your life. Self-sabotage triggers discouragement and doubt, the mortal enemies of self-confidence. Farnham Street media founder Shane Parrish perfectly described how these things could damage you when he said, optimism might not make you successful, but pessimism will ensure you don't succeed. When you sabotage, you dial down. Your thermostat and deny yourself the beliefs that was inherent in your life. Maybe this is you. Perhaps it's somebody you know. Some people just have a knock for being given a gift, then finding a way to undermine the outcome. The worst part is that the same people seem to repeat this type of thing over and over. They're labeled in a hot mess, or somebody who hasn't gotten their life together yet. In reality, they've just dialed their thermostat to what they believe they're worthy of receiving. How often have you seen somebody you know meet the woman or the man of their dreams only to cheat on them, be gross and inappropriate, or downright rude? Do you know people who have made a pile of money but then go on a self-destructive spree using drugs and alcohol, recklessly spending, or gambling their wealth away? Most of us have also heard cautionary tales of pro athletes who don't train or eat well or who overindulge in vices, and in some cases it costs them their lives. They are all guilty of self-touch because their lack of discipline is a lack of self-confidence that does not match up or and support their identity. Their internal thermostat doesn't match the initial success and they've enjoyed. Eventually, the thermostat results itself, and the person crashes in a breakdown too, where the thermostat says they should be. It's sad when this happens because it doesn't need to be this way. Here's an exercise I use in reduce self-sabotage, discouragement, and doubt. I pay attention when I have self-touch thought. I mentally record that thought. Then I visualize and I see myself scratching it out. The first time I record the thought and strike it out, I'll still see it. So I do this repeatedly, as many times as it takes, until I can no longer see the thought because it is so marked over and blacked out. When I get to the point where I can see it, the thought has been stricken from my mind no longer liberate the thought, and the thought loses its limiting power on me. To successfully align with your one more identity, you must keep the right promises with yourself. You must eliminate, navigate, uh, negatives and create an environment where self-confidence becomes an asset instead of the one more thing you fear. Now that you know more about how self-confidence and identity work together, it's time to look at the misconceptions that can skew proper thinking. Misconceptions about self-confidence and identity. Recognize and reject these misconceptions, and you will fortify your quest for a new identity. I am what I possess. Lots of people link self-confidence and identity to their positions. They make the flawed assumption that the more positions that they acquire, the higher their self-confidence will be, and the most perfect their new identity will be. That's not the case. It's a hollow approach in self-confidence and identity. There is absolutely nothing wrong with acquiring material things. I would be disingenuous if I told you that I don't do this link with the positions and material wealth. With my self-confidence and my identity, I consciously keep them separate and associate you and my accomplishments. Yeah, this is a horrible, triple fail, and to because I life and to feel good about your self-confidence and in your identity. You're going to have an insatiable need to keep accomplishing things. Keep it simple. You are you. You are put on this earth to do great things. But feeding your ego and insidious and trap. By all means, attack the great things. Accomplish great things. Just don't get too caught up in the patting yourself on the back. That you lose your humility you should have. Remember, it can all be taken away in an instant. And if you use your accomplishments as a cruise for your self-worth, that fall will be hard. That fall will be hard, and I guarantee you, I am what other people say I am. Wrong? The essence of self-confidence and internalizing your search for a new identity fails in the face of disbelief. Forget the ego shrugs. Don't base your worth on social media horrors and lies. Don't beg for compliments if cheap and the needy way to live your life. When you do, you are doing the opposite, improving your self-confidence and designing your new identity. What I look like means everything. So many people fall into the trap what they think beauty should be. This is especially true for women who are bombarded with television programs, vlogs and podcasts and social media and magazines, all of which place an extreme focus on external beauty. Here's the real ideal. True beauty comes from within. Your beauty comes from your soul, intentions, your capacity to give, how you treat people, your beliefs, and your kind hearts. It's not bad to work on your health, lose weight, dress in nice clothes, and pay attention to your grooming. The trick is that do it for you and nobody else. Remember, you are defined by the content of your character and not by the reflection in your bathroom mirror. As a one-more thinker, your identity is fundamental to who you are. Use the reality and apply self-confidence to find the right temperature on your identity thermostat. When you do, you're well on the way. Not only creating your best identity, but also living your best life. Yay! One more, and living in your matrix. This is your last chance. After this is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in the wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. I'm a huge fan of The Matrix. Not only was it a groundbreaking movie when it was related to 1999, but the film is also stacked with one more lessons. If you haven't seen The Matrix yet, stay with me. It's all going to make sense in a moment. Also, be advised any spoilers that I had. Okay, wow, I'm interested in. I'm kind of excited. Okay, I'm teaching you about metrics so that you can be the one who steps up in your family too. Here's something that may surprise you. What if I told you that you're already living in your matrix? What if I told you there are already forces at work deep inside you that are slowing down parts of your life, interp- interpreting and reinforcing what you already programmed into your consciousness? You are not even aware this is happening, but it is. Your matrix is more colloquial name for the reticular activating system, RAS, and for short. Your RA is an filter that gives it a weight to the important things in your life, and the filters out the things that are not. Oh, that's true. That's reality. That's in human's perception, right? Okay, the rest isn't a concept I've talked about in the past. Much like in creating a one more identity, I haven't explored it as much as we're going to do this chapter. And just like in One More Identity, learning about your RAS is vital to linking with many of the other chapters in this book. Okay. Oh, I'm tired. Oh my god. Okay. Zero.